Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Late Night Souls episode. And we pick off where we left off. We had just talked to Solden here, and he had just explained to us the situation in Drang Lake. He had told us that your journey would be difficult in that the more you died, the more you would lose your souls, and the more you would be inclined to give up on your journey. But only those strong enough can persevere, and Solden explained to us here that he was not strong enough to actually continue. That hence why he has given up. He's just sitting here in sorrow, waiting for whatever may come to him in his journey. But he's still here. He offers you a way of getting into the way of blue. He offers you guidance. He offers you protection in the form of the Blue Sentinels coming to aid you if you ever are in trouble. But besides that, he has a lot more to talk about, but we'll exhaust this dialogue later when we return here again. He has some information as to some of the locations that are located in Drang Lake, and he will explain what waits. But besides that, let us talk to some other NPCs that are in this area before we head off. I had promised that this would be a hex build, so we need to indeed get our dark. So here's the Emerald Herald.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go on and see the king. He who made Drang Lake what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable, the four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Bearer of the curse, seek souls, larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
Okay, so from that we have learned that the King Vendrick, has made this land what it is. He is the ruler of Drang Lake, or so it seemed. And there are four powerful souls that are held by four powerful beings. Those are the beings we have to pass their test as to meet King Vendrick. And she does say that their souls will be beacons when you have passed their tests, such that you shall know where the king is. So the king has all our answers, but we're not strong enough, so hence what we have to do. We have to become stronger. We should seek misery and despair and find these great beings that have all these powerful souls. But besides that, the Emerald Herald is where we'll be leveling up, upgrading our Estes Flask, and talking to her as she delivers more speech on what we need to do next and more bits about the story and Drang Lake and most of the characters we'll meet. So let's talk to her some more, see if she has any other dialogue that we need to hear.
Over the hill and past the forest is the king's castle, where a man peered straight into the essence of the soul. But whatever came of it? Those who come to Drang Lake seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, his spirit is already broken. Although he does offer sound advice. Perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future. That tiny thing inside the ruins. An ancient being that will mock your very existence. She imparts sound wisdom, provided you find her on a good day. The sign you bear will drain your very souls. And without souls, you will turn hollow. Stay strong. Do not lose hope, even when you have precious little time. For when the undead dies, it is never truly dead, but only one step closer to hollowing. Not all undead are hollows, but all hollows were once undead. If you find an Estus shard, bring it to me, so that I may ease your burden. Over the hill and but what?
Okay, so that's all we'll get from her for now. She has explained what Solden is. Solden was, like we are, one of the people that came to Drang Lake looking for salvation. He did not find it. He explained that himself. There are other people in Drang Lake, and more will come as the game progresses. But for now, we are told of the ancient being that lurks in the ruins being this building in front of us here. That's Shalqua, the cat. She is very wise and she is very ancient. We'll be talking to her a lot as the game progresses. I'll go there soon. I just want to tell everyone about the blacksmith here. We will need to get his key. As we can see, his place is locked, and he should explain why soon.
Who are you? Oh, it doesn't matter. Just help me open this door. I packed my tools in here, seeing it was vacant. But now somebody's gone and locked the door. I'm a blacksmith. I'm nothing without my tools. Bring me that key. Chop, chop. I'm a blacksmith. Bring me...
And here's something very interesting. For those... how can I explain this? For those who played Demon Souls, they know that there was an Archstone which had the image of a man with a band above his head, and the man had green skin. This is in essence a Demon Souls reference. I don't know how well to explain it. I'll get all the information about the Archstone and I'll put it in the description. I've really forgotten as it's been quite a while. But one of the Archstones, and if you look closely in the Archstones in Demon Souls in the Nexus, you will find an image of this man. Even though it may not be exactly the same character, the design is exactly the same. Hence, there being a somewhat of a throwback from Software. But anyway, we need to find this key. We don't have it right now. Let us run over to this shed first and find a new friend.
Hello there. Well, welcome to my shop. I'm Morlin, and I sell armor. Oh, sorry, Please do have a look at my wares. I could really use the business. If you'd be so kind.
Okay, so Morlin here's armorer, is a seller. He's ventured from a far distant land. He doesn't remember. But he is a good source of items to buy. As you progress and kill more ancient beings, you will be able to obtain their armor from him. So he's a very good merchant, and he has a story of his own. Hopefully he'll let us know some of it right now as we speak.
I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really. A group calling themselves the Blue Sentinels have gained much power in Volgan. You can't even run a shop without their blessing. They claim to be working for the greater good, but it's absolute hogwash. By the gods, why the hell am I here? Oh. Well, I do hope I see you again.
As we can see, this will be a recurring theme with most of the people we'll meet in this game. Most people, or should I say most undead that are drawn to Drang Lake, have souls that we've agreed on. And we know that Drang Lake is a special place. It draws in more and more souls, and most of these undead that come here don't really know why they're here. I don't know. I guess this is when we can start making ties to what I was saying about how these Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 are very linked, in the sense that this is the future of Dark Souls 1, but it's also a parallel universe within itself. So there's a lot of intricacy within the story that really, it's actually amazing how well it was scripted. But let's see what's in this box. Just a Titanite shard. So as we progress through this game, I will make reference to some places and I'll explain to you why some places are what they, for example, what this place was in Dark Souls 1 and what it is now, kind of thing. Some places are actually, they make reference to places in Dark Souls 1, and hence that way you can really tie up the story as to location and just build up a general compass as to what was where and why certain people travel to certain places. So, I don't know. That was Merlin the Armorer. He is from Volgan, a place we'll hear about more later. This is Shalqua the cat.
Oh, undead are we? And one without much time remaining. Just about ready to fall apart, I'd say. Not exactly the time to be chatting with a cat. Well, suit yourself. Oh yes, you may call me Shalqua. Enchanté. So, what did you want anyway? Ooh, you smell wonderful.
Let's see. Shalqua sells some interesting rings and a few items. She sells you homeward bones, prism stones, alluring skulls, and Lloyd's talismans. We will use them in the future. I'll explain them then. She has the ring of the evil eye, which absorbs HP from each defeated foe. So the more you kill, the more life you get. A modest but inexplicably disturbing ring, absorbing HP for each enemy defeated. Peer too closely at the rare stone that forms the eye of this ring, and things that writhe and stir may come into focus. And that's the story of the evil eye. And the silver cat ring reduces damage from falling. This is one ring we will need in the future. The silver cat, depicting a leaping feline, reduces damage from falling. Legend has it that when cats grow old, a force brews within them, and they are reborn as something new. This is a very important ring, I believe, in this game. The red eye ring, easier to be detected by enemies. You use this to gain the enemy's focus onto yourself. Good if you want to draw away attention from someone else. A cursed ring depicting a demon eye becomes easier to be detected by enemies. If it is tranquility that you seek, then you should never have left your home. If you seek strife, then fair enough, but no need to overdo it. The name engraved ring, easier to connect to players who choose the same god. So this ring, you just pick a specific god to worship, and anyone else who chose to worship that specific god, you're easier to connect to. And in essence, I think it removes everyone else who doesn't pray to the same god from your connection list. That way you don't connect to them by mistake when you're trying to do some co-op. A special ring that can be engraved with the name of a god becomes easier to connect to the worlds of players who chose the same god. There are countless vestiges of long lost gods in the ruins of Drang Lake, or perhaps they are very same gods as ours, only known by different names. It's very interesting. And the Ring of Whispers, can hear the voices of foes. Ring worn by Roy the Explorer. I think Roy is someone else we will hear more about later on in the future. I think so. Hear the inner voices of surrounding foes, useful for locating hidden enemies and perhaps for a few other things as well. Okay, so for now, This is... You can come to her to abandon covenants, and covenants you have been part of as well.
This place is already dead. Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful? This place is fascinating. We receive only the most peculiar visitors. Folk like yourself. It's enough to keep even a cat amused. Are you going to see the old ones? Those four who have grown so incredibly ancient. They must have sprouted quite a thick coat of moss by now. For heaven's sake, no one even knows their names anymore. Imagine that. Yes, nothing like yourself. For you have a most pleasant scent. It grows nicer with each passing day. Have you made friends with the man by the sea? He's lost everything. Absolutely everything. The only thing he's good for now is a few tidbits on covenants. Covenants are a type of, well, contract, you might say. You give something to gain something. That's the way humans like it, right? It might be just the thing you need. But what does a cat know? Did you see that oddly formed rock behind here? Long ago they called it Victor's Stone, as I recall. If you wish to face greater challenges, speak to the rock. Although, you'd just as well not. This place is already... Everything will crumble and waste away so that something new may be born. Isn't it wonderful? Nothing well, that's...
Well, she will continue to speak more as the game progresses. Really interesting pieces of information. And one good thing that she said is that this place is dying and will waste away, and something new will be born. This is why I believe that this place is indeed the future of Lordran. Lordran, the story of Lordran occurred. The Lord's souls were found by Gwyn and his followers, and the chosen undead came and then fought Gwyn, who had hollowed. I would believe that this is... That chosen undead is actually now the person who peered through the soul, the person who ended up finding the real truth, and that would be King Vendrick. Or at least I would believe that Vendrick is a part of the chosen undead and what he once was. But then also I would believe that you as the player are the chosen undead, but then this is the new chosen undead. This is the chosen undead within a parallel universe. You are the successor of the chosen undead, but yet you are in the chosen undead's future. This is the Victor's Stone. You enter a covenant and it will make the game harder, but then also you are granted ore stones, which you can offer here to enter a... You offer them here to... It's kind of like a leaderboard system to see who has completed the game at an extremely harder difficulty, but me being the person who I am now, not really interested in making things harder at the moment.
Oh, no, you do have the time.
I need to abandon this. I just joined the covenant just to get the stone. But besides that, I think we're done.
I'll be around.
Now, what we need to do is come over here. Smack this. And get an Estus Flask shard. We can take this to the Emerald Herald, and then we can finally actually start taking down objectives of what I'd wanted us to do. Like I said, this was going to be a hex build, so I would like to get my hex magic first before I actually venture into the story. The correct path for me to go is actually through that way, but I would like to go to Hyde's Tower of Flame first and venture forth into getting some
Bearer
souls.
of the curse, seek lest.
So we can give her the shard. And that's that.
Bearer of the curse, seek the lest this.
Yes, lest this land swallow us whole. Okay, so now the long trek to the Hyde's Tower of Flame. I don't know. In terms of advice-wise, you wouldn't really need to talk to any one of these NPCs to do what I'm about to do now, if you just want to get your dark magic as fast as possible. It's not a necessity. You can just go ahead and run the boss. The Dragon Rider, I believe, is one of... He's a boss that you can do at soul level 1 or any early soul level without any hassle or many problems, really. What you need to be careful of is being hit by a strong attack which makes you airborne. And when you do, since you wouldn't have cleared the stage, you just run through the stage, it's possible to get hit off. And I think that'll be my problem right now. Dodging his attacks, it can be very difficult, and I might die a few times, that I'm sure of. But he is someone who's easily defeatable if you have sufficient practice, or if you're just, better at the game than me, I guess. But yeah, it's something you can do very early in the game. Even if you're not making a hex build, it's always good to get an early amount of souls. So pretty much we just came here to Hyde's Tower of Flame just to run past a lot of things. Let's equip our Estus. And let us equip Homeward Bone, just in case. Usually you need to defeat these to raise the levels within the boss room so that there's no risk of falling, but defeating these would prove troublesome to me at the moment, hence why I'm just running throughout the stage. I'm just here to gain his souls. You could summon the NPC, but I believe that he'll increase the HP of the boss, as always with all NPCs, to such a point whereby it would become tedious to do the boss fight with the amount of damage that we have. And here we go. Oh my word. That is the worst. That's... oh my goodness. That's the worst amount of luck I've ever had with walking through that fog door, because usually you will not get hit, but apparently the NPCs were not too happy with me just walking past them. Oh, that's terrible. That was a death that honestly did not need to happen. That was my fault. I took my time. But everything should be okay, I would hope. This time I'm not having to pick up anything or use green blossoms anymore because I wasted that one. I just wanted it for the fight, but I messed up really badly. Let's see if I can gain my souls before entering the fog gate. I really need them. That's something I cannot lose right now. Those are the souls that I started the game with. And we made it. Oh, that's the strong attack that I was... Why am I dodging the wrong way? Okay, let's get some focus in now. Hoo-wee! That was not easy. Right, now with that amount of souls, we should be able to... Oh, by the way, the reasoning behind getting the souls from the Dragon Rider's soul is that we need to pay her to move the path to go to the Huntsman's Copse. And at Huntsman's Copse is where we'll meet the person who will teach us how to use dark magic. Let's just rest at the bonfire and get our Estus back. Just in case.
Are you from these parts? My name is Lycia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple. I can see that you are well suited to comprehend their wondrous power. But the cost of it, that's for your heart to decide. I'd heard awful rumors about this place, and I'm afraid they were all true. The king, gone. The earth, ravaged. The burden on the people weighs heavy. I fear that, by now, they may have scarce room in their hearts for miracles. Why did I come here? Well... do I need any other reason than to spread the gospel of miracles? My preceptor always said this art should be shared with the world. And such is my only wish. Sometimes I fight the urge to pack up and go back home. It is... well, I must do this. And being out here all alone only makes this a more fitting test of my fortitude. I expected this cathedral to be bustling, but there's hardly a soul to be found here. Without any goings-on, I'll have to move soon. To a place I could help the gullible by teaching the good word.
Whatever you do, do not feel sorry or trust Lycia in any way. She is, in fact, gulling those who are actually looking for miracles. She is abusing the arts.
I expected this cathedral to be bustling But
anyways, this is where you can buy the Ring of Prayer, which increases faith. A ring blessed by the High Priest of Volgan increases faith. The clerics of the great city of Volgan are perennially entrenched in the scandalous power struggles, but among them remain a few strong-willed, upstanding noblemen. And she has a lot, and I do mean a lot, of miracles. And I will come back to her, but later on in the game, not now.
No need for miracles. No. The gods frown upon such soul scrimpers.
I just needed to finish a dialogue so as to get it to move down to where the entrance of Hyde's Tower Flame, down by that door. So let us travel back to Majula. Now that we have got her to move, we travel back to Majula. We pay her the amount of souls that she wants. When she opens the gate, then we will be able to use the souls to level up and, in fact, be eligible to learn dark magic, as there's always a prerequisite with most things within this game. For example, with her, she said that I am able to learn miracles only because she wants to fool you for money and souls and take away all your souls. But there are some people who will tell you that with only a certain level cap of faith or intelligence will you be able to learn from them. They really want a certain standard. This was something from the game developers to, I guess, to promote replay value and to promote respecting your avatar when you get soul vessels. As once you play through the game as, for example, a character that did not choose faith or intelligence, that means there are story paths that you would have missed because of your lack of faith of intelligence. There's just no way to get past that barrier. So when you do finish with a certain type of hero, you are able to respec and then gain faith and intelligence at the decrement of your strength and dexterity, hence being able to do those quest lines that you wouldn't have been able to do so otherwise. But anyway, back to Licia.
Oh, hello there. An honor to see you again. This room is not as it seems. There are two, not one pathways leading out. And only this lovely thing reveals the other path. And this, you lovely thing, only runs on miracles. Shall I provide you with one?
Hence the swingling begins, but we really have no choice.
Go ahead then. To cast miracles, you must have strong faith in the gods. Miracles began as tales told by gods. We preserve their will with law, pray to their greatness, and are blessed in return. You must nourish your faith. Miracles have been passed down through us since the first flame. Isn't it extraordinary to think they've existed since the very origins of the world? And now, you can have this power for yourself. Don't miss out on the road to enlightenment. What is the first flame? Well, it's... You're not ready to comprehend it, I'm afraid. You require more faith and more miracles, many more miracles.
As you continue to talk to her, you kind of realize that she herself doesn't even know what she's talking about. This is just in it for the money.
To cast miracles, you must have... you must nourish your... Oh, done so...
Oh, anyway, you can sit and listen to her lies forever, or you can come pick up this rouge water, so... I think the choice is clear to everyone. I kind of forgot if there's a bonfire here, because I do need to level up. First, before we can talk to the person we need to talk to, and I shouldn't fall off this ledge. Oh my word, gravity is too strong in this game. Oh, let's see. I do hope there's a bonfire. If not, then I would have to run all the way back. That's the person we need to talk to. And this is the bonfire indeed. Huntsman's Copse is a place we will visit later. Just not now. I shouldn't have gotten up, actually. Need to get back to Majula to level up. And then we can get our dark. And we can progress forward to one last bonfire. To conclude this video.
Bearer of the curse, see, lest.
Let's level up. We need a lot of faith and intelligence. I would think I would need about 8 faith, but then I'll just take it to 10. I think that's okay for now. Then I'm gonna use the Dragon Rider's soul to even up things. Use soul. 6,000.
See, lest.
Let's take this to 14. And that's all I can do for now. I think this should make me eligible to talk to the Hexer. I haven't done this in a long time, so if I've made a mistake, this is actually going to suck a lot, as I would have to go kill a few monsters and get more souls.
The dark stirs. I see it. The dark has sparked within you. My name is Falcon. I will trade with you. What do you need?
So Falcon is the outcast, and he was thrown out of his land because of his affinity for dark magic. Actually, I think I did mess up because I didn't leave enough souls to actually buy the dark magic. But we are able to buy Dark Orb at least. What I wanted to buy was Dark Orb and Dark Weapon, but then I'll have to return for the others later on. 16, 14. Yeah, I messed up. I put in three more levels into my intelligence than I should have. It was a mistake, but I don't know. It's not the end of the world. I will come back when I have 2,700 souls. He sells you Dark Pine Resin, which buffs your weapon with dark magic, and a Ring of Life and Protection, a chime, and a staff. Let's talk to him and see what he has to say.
This land lies closest to the dark. That is why I came here. This kingdom collapsed long ago. All that are left are either undead or hollow. Save a few misfits like myself.
One last thing before we continue talking to Falcon. He said all that's left in this land are either undead or hollows, except for misfits such as himself. So is he trying to say that he himself is neither undead nor hollow? That's something interesting, I believe.
I went to a great school in the south, but neither sorcery nor pyromancy appealed. I learned nothing. Nothing at all. It was there that I happened upon the dark. It drew me in, the nebulous dark. Soon I was drawn to this land where dark runs deeper than anywhere else. Hexes originated in ancient times. They were once a form of sorcery, but the practice was lost, then later rediscovered. Those devoted to hexes are a lonely lot, but nevertheless they give their life to their art. Such is the fate of we practitioners of dark. What drew me to the dark? I do not know. Hexes are more than mere tools to me. I feel affinity and warmth, something universal. Those who discover dark realize this, and they never come back. This land lies closest to the dark. That is why I came here. This kingdom collapsed long ago. All that are left are either undead or hollow, save a few misfits like...
Okay, so that's all we'll get from him now.
Come again, as you like. The dark is always...
One thing I never understood was that he says that this land is closest to the dark. We knew that, well, in terms of the dark, he's referring to the abyss, but then we knew the abyss existed within Lordran, but then we were never told if the abyss only resonated in Lordran. Maybe it resonated in other places as well, but we do not know if that's true or false. It would all just be speculation. But we will visit him again and chance upon this dark that he has found. But besides that, I would really like to thank you for sitting through all of this. I know this episode didn't have that much action, but such as the beginning of Dark Souls 2, there's a lot of lore and a lot of discoveries to make within the NPCs. But besides that, I hope to see you again soon, and I do promise a lot of action as we further our course to the first giant and the last giant. So talk to you soon, guys. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you some other time.